a été banni des radios anglaises et la vidéo l'accompagnant chantée des télés, de façon non officielle mais dans une tradition bien britannique. Les médias présentent Marxman comme un groupe de rap irlandais, étroite définition dans laquelle le groupe ne se reconnaît pas.
We've never claimed to be an Irish rap group, but the press, given the choice between saying that these are a communist group and these are an Irish group, choose to call us an Irish group.
Yeah, it's like some people would ask us, like, how much Marx have you read? As if that was some kind of a yardstick by which to judge our credibility, but we'd answer that with how much Marx have we lived.
Once upon a time there was Irish ways and Irish laws, villages of Irish blood, waking to the morning good. But England and her soldiers came, started centuries of shame, raped our women, stole our grain, called this land a different name.
Killed their leaders, killed their young, put to the sword, the gun or hung. History taught this to me, but what you learn is a travesty. I'm saying no slaying is playing it right, and death is the legacy of the fight. But I fight for peace against injustice. The time has come to discuss this sad affair.
It was treated as a song that shouldn't have been released, about a subject that shouldn't have been talked about.
To come when orange only meant the summer sun, and not this knife that cuts apart a nation's soul, a nation's heart. 1,000 tears my mother shed, sons and daughters have died and bled. I cannot forget their brave example. Thank you all for whom I trample.
People have been this strength for too long. How long to sing this sad song? Connolly said, I wish I rise again. And surely one day this pain must end. Some say that's a bridge too far. Some they say, Chokiala. Some pretend the problems don't exist. Some attack and some resist. It's a sad affair.
You want to talk about challenging British imperialism and its history, then Ireland is the obvious place to start.
Some say one day our day will come. The race is won, we know the outcome. That the tide is on the side of the green. The butcher's apron no longer seen. But all I know is that peace must win. I thought this was Ireland, not Britain. A 6-county state is a bastard state. So why can't we all integrate?
Cause my people suffer great injustice daily. Condemned by racism in the Bailey. The guilt for 4 Maguires and the 6 innocent, but guilty of being mixed. And my culture is as strong as a pyramid. And you will pay for these things you did. Not just to we, but to the African, the Asian, and the true American. And tomorrow the sorrow will continue, and the hatred will fester in the sinews. I feel like a stranger in the land where I was born. I just have to wait for a new dawn. It's a sad affair.
No, we're by no means unusual in what we believe. You know, it's just that silence is taken for ignorance.
Again, it's not a case of Marxman setting out and saying, well, we're going to talk about Ireland and then we're going to talk about women and all these taboos. It really wasn't like that. It's just that we wrote these songs, and then when we put them out, you know, people were like, oh, you talk about all these things that nobody talks about. And we wasn't really conscious of the fact that people...
That taboo significance to us is just like topics that we want to talk about, you know, and they're not taboo, like I said, they're just not taboo to us.
It's like the level where even...
Not to us, man.
I think it's, I don't know, it's a kind of mentality maybe. If you come to accept the mainstream mentality, then there are certain things that are sort of like you tacitly agree with, you know, that, and certain subjects you don't talk about.
A lot of the problems that we're having now with the rise of fascism and racism again in Europe is directly due to the fact that, you know, there hasn't been a struggle to expose exactly what this history of Europe is about. Do you know what I mean? This history that people are supposedly proud of.
1,000 cultures stolen, ships that came sailing, sighted from the shoreline, people stood waiting, but armies came invading and raiding to conquer.
Understood nothing of a land that stood longer.
But mine was much stronger than mine could ever be. Took away the land, planned a new destiny. Butchery and murder, and still I say murder. Butchery and murder, and still I say murder.
Wait, hold up, cause first I break the mold. Culture's growing stronger, aging never old. Death accelerating, I don't wanna die. Fisher by a ship, Lord, take me where I lie. Gone were the lucky ones, disease or suicide. The pride of survivors, the cry for those that died. To resurrect the status and overcome the void. No bells and beasts are barred for this young black boy.
Ship ahoy.
Now the ship ceased to sail, I don't think so. Well, there's a wage entail. 9 to 5 slavery or 24/7. Most slaves tricked by the promise of a heaven, controlled by the sound of a whip that goes sack. My forged minded ghouls make sure there's no slack. Thinking not a slave cause no whip marks your back. Now a bureaucrat rules the 9 tails of a cat.
Ain't nothing changed but the weather, the song remains the same. Horace comes left, set up on the lame brain. You can't tame the beast, beast can't be changed. Have to smash the system, wisdom rearranged. Slavery claimed to be history's mystery. Wish it could be, still part of we. Search and look around, my birthplace is torn, but England has fallen, dust against storm. Ship ahoy.
Ship ahoy, now they call it bird striker. Mandela's free, but still can't stop the slaughter. Now they call it free trade, free choice for all. But the real freedom's 10% small. Freedom is a song which the cage bird sings. They keep the key, always see it's the key ring. Fooled by the glisten, all that glitters is for gold. And I will not buy the bees, and I'm sold.
I stand here, stand clear, truth be my witness. How many Hitlers before you see the litmus? Tesla won't rest, slave won't behave, and no one not the freedom of the slave. If the East wants a beast, let the beast roam. Cause in the East, the death of the beast was sown. You can fool the people that they're equal, but you won't fool me with a sequel. Ship ahoy.
Sad in a sense that it's become the job of us as musicians or whatever, do you know what I mean, to have to be the ones to make a stand on these things, you know what I mean? It would be a lot easier for us if we could say, like say some Americans do say, well, we're down with Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, and that's the answer to your problems. You know, Marxman can't turn around and say, well, get down with this organisation or that organisation, because we don't feel that kind of faith in anybody. But you know, we have to start looking to ourselves, not talking about Marxman, but young people, we have to start looking to ourselves to solve our problems.
This is a tale without a moral kind of twisting, about a girl's head broken by resisting the advances of a man with whom she was living. If you can call living, take an order you were given. Now in public this couple was immortal, but in private there was a nightmare going on. At a party they were seen to mollycoddle, but she would get licks at home later on. Now Bruce was a kind of man, thought of as a gent, the kind even your girl says is heaven sent. But if heaven sent is spending no compassion, save me hell away from those who do be bashing. It's all about E. It's all about E.
Hip hop is eclecticism musically, and if you're not able to grasp that, then you haven't grasped any of the lessons of what rap is.
stupidity. She said, that's what Bruce was always saying to her. But never mind, the picture was still quite poor. You see, this was a girl from my old school days, and even then I couldn't understand the way it's all about. Tell me what is going on. It's all about. What's it all about? Won't you tell me what is going on? It's all about. What's it all about? What's it all about?
You go by what you believe in. You know, I believe the system is basically corrupt and barbaric. You know, and I, for one, I'm not going to accept it. You know, I'm not going to live my life in acceptance. You know, I'm not even going to bend with it. You know, so I mean, for me, it's optimistic. From what I can see, things aren't getting better for anybody, and it seems more and more people are coming around to the realities of things. You know, especially now. I mean, there seems to be a bit more political awareness. I don't know if the music industry is an indicator of mainstream society, but there's definitely more political awareness within the music industry at present. So if that's a reflection of mainstream society, then it's a good indicator.